Thank you, Dr. Rahayu Puji Haryani MU, for the welcoming speech.
Moving to our next agenda, which is our first performance. I know all of you are very excited to finally start the performances. So, prepare to be enthralled, to have your emotions stirred, and to witness the extraordinary unfold before your very eyes. As the lights dim, and as the first note reverberate through the air, let us cast away our worries, embrace the power of imagination, and surrender ourselves to the spellbinding wonders that await us. Welcome, one and all, to this extraordinary opening night. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of being earnest.
Pleasure. What a shipping what anyway. It is just your thing.
I believe it is customary and a good society to take some slight refreshment at 5 o'clock. Where have you been since last Thursday?
Oh, in the country. Hello! What all the Scots? What you come to languages? Which have it indeed?
Merely and Augusta. And Gwen.
How very delightful.
Yes, that is all very well. Brown friend, Augusta will quite approve how we are being.
May I ask why?
My dear fellow, the way you flirt with Gwendolyn is perfectly disgraceful. It is almost as bad as the way Gwendolyn flirts with you.
But I'm in love with Gwendolyn. I've come up to town expressly to propose to her.
I thought you come for pleasure. I called it business.
I'll tell you how romantic you were.
Oh, please don't touch your country sandwiches. They're ordered specially for Aunt Augusta.
But you've been eating them all the time.
That's quite a different matter. She's my aunt. Have some bread and butter. The bread and butter is for Gwendolyn.
And very good bread and butter is good.
You, my dear fellow, you need not to decide if you want to eat this all. You behave as if you were going to marry to her already. You are not married to her already, and I don't think you will ever be.
Why do you say that?
Well, I'm trying to say is, I don't give you my consent.
Your consent?
Yes, my dear fellow. Gwendolyn is my first cousin, and before I allow you to marry to her, you need to clear the whole question of Cecily.
Cecily? What on earth do you mean? What do you mean, Auntie, by Cecily? I don't know anyone of the name of Cecily?
Let this secret case speak, shall we?
Do you mean you've had my secret case all this time? How is the goodness you like to know?
Well, it makes no matter, for now that I look at the inscription inside, I found that this thing isn't yours after all.
Of course it's mine. You have seen me with it 100 times, and you have no right whatsoever to what is written inside.
Yes, but this isn't your secret case. This secret case is a present for someone with the name of Cecily, and you say you didn't know any of the name.
Well, if you want to know, Cecily happens to be my aunt.
Your aunt?
Yes, charming old lady says too. Leave that Tunbridge Wells. Just give back to Auntie.
Why does she call herself Little Cecily if she's your aunt? From Little Cecily with her pharmacy.
Well, my name is Earnest, and Jack in the country. And this certificate was given to me in the country.
Yes, but this isn't your secret case. This secret case is a present for someone with the name of Cecily. therefore now that I look at the inscription inside, I want that this thing is yours after all.
Well, my name is not Earnest, it's Jack.
You have always told me it was Earnest. I have introduced you to everyone as Earnest. You answer the name of Earnest. You look as if your name was Earnest. You are the most Earnest looking person I've ever saw in my life. I'm so upset to say your name isn't Ernest. It is on your cards. Here's one of them. Mr. Ernest Wilde, before the elder. I'll give this as a proof if ever you attempt to deny to me, or to Gwendolyn, or to anyone else.
Like I said before, my name is Earnest in town, and I'm Jack in the country where this university was given to me in the country.
Yes. But why does your aunt call you her dear uncle? Now go on, tell me the whole thing. I've always suspected you of being a confirmed and secret boundaries, and I'm quite sure of it now.
Boundaries? What on earth do you mean by boundaries?
I'll reveal to you the meaning of it as soon as you are kind enough to tell me. Why are you Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
Well, produce my significations.
Here it is. Now produce your explanation and pray make it improbable.
My dear fellow, there's nothing improbable about my explanation at all. In fact, it's perfectly ordinary. The lady is a Muscatine. Adopted me when I was a little boy and met me in this village garden to his granddaughter, Miss Cecily Coy. Cecily, who addressed me as her uncle from a distance that you could possibly appreciate, living my place in the country under the charm of her environmental governess, Miss Prison.
Where's the place in the country, by the way?
There's nothing to you, dear boy. You're not gonna be afraid.
I've suspected that, my dear fellow. Now go on. Why are you Ernest in town and Jack in the country?
My dear Auntie, I'm not certain if you grasp my true motives, given your life of seriousness. As a guardian, one must maintain a high moral tone, despite its detrimental effect on health and happiness. To facilitate my trip to town, I've invented a younger brother named Earnest, who lives in Albany, to run a scandalous behavior. That's the Auntie. It's the whole truth, pure and simple.
The truth is rather pure and empty. Modern life is very tedious. If it were either a modern literature, a complete impossibility.
That would be an all bad thing.
What you really are is a boundaries.
What on earth do you mean?
You have invented a younger brother called Earnest, so you may be able to come up to town as often as you like. To admit that I did the same act of fraud sometimes. If I didn't, I wouldn't be able to dine with you tonight at Wilde, for I have been really engaged on Augusta for more than a week. That's what the man by bomb.
I haven't asked you to dine with me anywhere tonight. You better dine with your own Augusta.
I haven't the smallest intention of doing any of that kind. Besides, now that I know that you are living a double life, I naturally want to talk to you about boundary. I want to tell you the rules.
I'm not a boundaries at all. If Gwendolyn accepts me, I'm going to kill my brother. Indeed, I'll kill him in any case. Cecily is a little too much interested in him. It is rather long, so I'm going to get rid of him. And I advise you to do so with Mr. Your email friend who has stepped in.
Nothing will induce me with the part of boundary. Now, if I could get her out of the way for 10 minutes so that you can have an opportunity for proposing to Gwendolyn, may I dine with you at Wilde tonight?
Oh, I suppose so if you want to.
Augusta, Gwendolyn, my cousin, what a delight to have you here.
Good afternoon, dear Algernon. I hope you are behaving very well.
I'm feeling very well, Augusta.
That's not quite the same thing. In fact, the two things really go together.
Dear me, you are smart.
I am always smart, am I not, Mr. Wolfing?
You're quite perfect, Miss Pepper.
Oh, I have unlocked that. It will leave no room for developments, and I intend to develop in many directions.
I'm sorry if you're a little late, Algernon. I had some problems with Lady Harbury. I hadn't been there since her poor husband died. But I'm here and I would like to have a cup of tea and nice pickle sandwiches if promise.
Certainly, Aunt Augusta.
Would you come and sit here, Gwendolyn?
Thanks, Mama. I'm quite comfortable where I am.
I'm greatly distressed, Aunt Augusta, being there no cucumber sandwiches. Not even for any money.
It really makes no matter, Algernon. I already had some profit to Lady Harbury. Anyways, I have quite a treat for you tonight. I'll send you down to meet Mary Farquhar. She's such an enormous woman.
I'm afraid, Aunt Augusta, I shall give up the pleasure of dining with you tonight after all.
I hope not, Algernon. It would put my table completely out. Your uncle have to dine upstairs.
He is a great boy, and I need hardly to say a great disappointment to me. But I have just had a telegram to say that my poor friend Bunbury is very ill again, and they seem to think that I should do it here.
It is very strange. This Mr. Bunbury seems to suffer from poor look at health.
Yes, poor Bunbury is a dreadful invalid.
Well, I must say, Algernon, that maybe it is high time to Mr. Bunbury made up his mind whether he want to live or to die. Because, you know, health is primary duty of life, and I would be much obligated if you would ask this Mr. Bunbury not to relax on Saturday because I rely on you to arrange my music.
I'll speak to Bunbury, Aunt Augusta. He's still conscious, and I think he could be alright by Saturday. Of course, the music is a great difficulty, but I'll run over the program after if you're kind enough to come to me to the next room for a moment.
Thank you, Algernon. That is very thoughtful of you. I'm sure the program would be delightful.
Certainly it will.
Gwendolyn, you will accompany me.
Certainly, Mama.
Charming day, yes, Mr. Fairfax.
Pray don't talk to me about the weather, Mr. Waltney. Whenever people talk to me about the weather, I always feel quite certain that they mean something else. And that makes me so nervous.
I do mean something else.
I thought so. In fact, I am never wrong.
I would like to take advantage of Lady Grenville's very upset.
I would certainly advise you to do so. Mama has a way of coming back suddenly into the room that I have often had to speak to her about.
Miss Fairfax, ever since I met you, I admire you more than a girl. I've never met since I met you.
I am quite well aware of the fact, and I often wish that you had been more demonstrative. For me, you have always had an alluring fascination. Believe, as I hope you know, Mr. Waltney, in an age of ideals. And my ideals has always been to love someone of the name Earnest. There is something in that that inspires absolute confidence. The moment Algernon first mentioned to me that he had a friend called Earnest, I knew I was destined to love you.
Do you love me, Gwendolyn?
Passionately.
Darling, you don't know how you make me.
My own Earnest.
But you don't really mean to say that. You could love me if my name was in Earnest.
But your name is Earnest.
I know it is, but supposing it was something else. You didn't say you didn't love me then.
Oh, that is clearly metaphysical speculation. And like most metaphysical speculation has very little reference at all to the actual facts of real life as we know them.
Well, really, darling, to speak quite candidly, I don't much count the name of Earnest. I don't think the name suits me at all.
It suits you perfectly. It is a divine name. It has a music of its own. It produces vibrations.
Well, really, Gwendolyn, I'm gonna say, I think there are lots of other much nicer names. I think Jack, for instance, charming.
Jack? No, there's very little music in the name of Jack. If any at all, indeed, it produces absolute no vibrations. I have known several Jacks, and they all wear receptions are more than usually plain. The only really safe name is Earnest.
Gwendolyn, I must get Kirsten at once. I mean, we must get married at once.
Married, Mr. Wolfing.
Well, surely, you know that I love you, and you want me to believe, Miss Fairfax, that you are not absolutely indifferent to me.
I adore you, but you haven't proposed to me yet. Nothing at all has been said about marriage. The subject has not even
may I propose to you now?
I think it will be an admirable opportunity. And to spare you any possible disappointment, Mr. Wang, I think it only fair to tell you beforehand that I am fully determined to accept you.
Gwendolyn,
Yes, darling, what have you got to say to me?
you know what I've got to say to you.
Yes, but you don't say it.
Gwendolyn, will you marry me?
Of course I will, darling. How long have we been about it? I'm afraid you have very little experience in how to propose.
Darling, I've never loved anyone in the world but you.
Yes, but men will propose for practice. I know my brother girl does. What a wonderful hazel eyes you have, Earnest. They are quiet, quiet hazel. I hope you will always look at me just like that, especially when there are other people present. Mr. Wilde, rise up from this part-time professor. Mama, I was begging to retire. This is not place for you. Besides, Mr. Walton is not quite finished yet. Finished what, may I ask? I am engaged to be married to Mr. Walton, Mama. Pardon me. Come here. You are not engaged to anyone. When you become engaged, I or your father will inform you of the fact. An engagement should come into a younger as a surprise, pleasant or unpleasant. It's hard matter that you can arrange for yourself. And now, I have a few questions to put to you, Mr. Worthing. Well, I'm like this inquires, you, Gwendolyn, will wait for me below in the carriage. Mama! Gwendolyn! Below in the carriage. Yes, Mama. The carriage, Gwendolyn! You can take a seat, Miss Worthing.
Thank you, Lady Mackerel, but I am standing.
I feel bound to tell you that you are not on my list of eligible young. But I'm quite ready to enter your name if your answer affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
I'm sorry, Augusta.
Well, I must admit, I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. How old are you?
29.
Very good age to be married at. I always in the opinion that a man who desires to get married should know either everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I don't...
Nothing? I cannot approve your ignorance, Mr. Worthing. What is your income?
Oh, between 7 and 8,000 a year.
In land or in investment?
In investment, simply.
That is satisfactory.
I have a country house and some land. Of course, thanks to it, about 1,500 acres, I believe. But I don't depend on that for my real income.
A country house. I hope you have a townhouse. A girl with a simple and spoiled nature like Gwendolyn could hardly be expected in the country.
Well, I have a house in a Belgian Square, but I buy a year for Lady Blossom. Of course, I can get it back whenever I like, at 6 months notice.
What number in Belgrade?
149.
The unfashionable side, I thought there was something.
But
But that could easily be altered.
do you mean the fashion or the size?
Both, if necessary, I presume. Are your parents living?
I was supposed, I suppose.
Mr. Orphan, to lose one parent may be regarded as a misfortune, but
To lose both? Looks like carelessness. Who is your father?
I'm afraid I really don't know. Fact is, I remember. I said I've lost both my parents. But it could be the nearer the truth to say that my parents seem to have lost me. I don't know why in my purse. I was found.
Found?
Yes. The lady system you found me and kept me in the name of Blessing because he happens to have a first class ticket of Blessing in his pocket at that time. Blessing is a place in the Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
Where did this charitable gentleman who had the first ticket of 600 resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes. But in final, I was in a handbag. A sort of black leather handbag with handles to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact.
Wait, in what locality did this gentleman come across this ordinary handbag?
In a cloakroom at Victoria Station. He was given to you from mistake by his own.
A cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the right line.
The line is immaterial, Mr. Orteg. I confess I feel somewhat bewildered what you have just told me.
What would you ask me to do? I want you anything in the world to enter Brandon's happiness.
I will strongly advise you, Miss Orteg, to try and acquire strong relations as soon as possible, and to make a definite effort to produce an endurance of our parents before the season is quite over.
I don't see how I could possibly manage to do that. I could produce that back at any moment. It is in my dressing room at home. I really think that's satisfy you with Brandon.
Me? Sir, what has it to do with me? You can hardly imagine that I and Lord Bracknell would dream of allowing our only daughter to marry into a cloakroom and a form of alliance with a person? Morning, sir.
Good morning. For goodness sakes, don't play that gospel to naughty. How guilty you are.
Didn't it go all right, old boy? You don't mean to say that Gwendolyn refused you, don't you? I know it is just the way she has. She's always refusing you.
No. Gwendolyn is right as a tricket. As far as concerned, we are engaged. Her father's work can be unbearable. She's like a monster without big head.
Anyway, how about your poor brother, the reckless Earnest?
That's alright. By the end of the week, we shall have got rid of her.
But I thought that this Mr. Cecily Carter was a little too much interested in your poor brother. Once you feel his loss is a good deal.
Oh. Cecily is not really a romantic girl, I'm not saying. She's got a capital athlete. She got long walks and pays no attention at all to her lessons.
I would rather like to see Cecily.
I will take very good care of her too. She's absolutely pretty, and she's only just 18.
Have you ever told Gwendolyn you have an excessively pretty word when she's 18?
One doesn't produce something like that. Gwendolyn and Cecily are probably certain to be extremely good friends. I'll bet you anything like half an hour after they have met, they'll be calling each other sister.
Gwendolyn, upon my word!
Auntie, I'm not turning your back. I have something very particular to say to Mr. Wolfing.
Oh really, Gwendolyn? I don't think I can allow anything of this at all.
Auntie, you listen to a strictly immoral attitude towards life. You're not quite old enough to do that.
Oh, darling.
Earnest, we may never be married. From the expression on Mama's face, I fear we never shall. But although she may prevent ours from becoming man and wife, and I may marry someone else, nothing that she can possibly do can alter my eternal devotion to you. The story of your romantic origin is related to me by Mama, without using commands, has naturally stirred the deeper fibers of my nature. Your Christian name is an alluring fascination. Your town address at Albania I have. What is your address at the country?
So, important.
There is a good postal service, I suppose. It will be necessary to do something desperate. I will communicate with you daily.
Quite good word.
How long do you remain in town?
To Monday.
Good. Oldie, you may turn around now.
Thanks. I'll turn on the radio.
You'll see it to your carriage by your dog.
Certainly.
I will take Gwendolyn out.
What a very good day it is. Tomorrow, I'm going to Bali.
brother? Oh, I wish his brother would come down here sometime. We might get a good books over him. You know, like German and geology, that kind of thing these guys meant very much. I dog with an eye can sway a character deep, utterly weak and indecisive. Where's my brother? Frankly, I'm not inclined to reclaim him. You must put away a diary, Cecily. I really don't see why I should keep a diary at all. I keep a diary in order to hold the most secret of my life. If I didn't write them down, I should probably forget about it. Well, memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary that will carry among us. Yes, I believe memory is responsible for nearly all the so-called novels that bodies possess. Do not speak slightly of your bottom of novels, Cecily. I wrote one myself in the new text. Did you really, Miss Prism? How wonderfully glad you are. Well, was it ever published? Alas, no. The manuscript, unfortunately, was abandoned. I used the word in the sense of lost or misplaced. To your poor child, speculation and forgiveness. But I see that the chasuble is coming after the garden. Dr. Chasuble! This is indeed a pleasure.
And what were you this morning? Miss Prism, you are trustful.
Miss Prism hasn't been complaining of my headache, and I think it's under her good nurse who struck you at the park, Dr. Chasuble. I have not mentioned anything about a headache, Cecily. No, then Miss Prism, I knew that, but I found instinctively that you had a headache. I think I'll have to show you. I found a headache after all, and I won't mind sleeping.
With pleasure. Miss Prism, with pleasure. We might go as far as schools of them.
That will be delightful. Cecily, you will give your political economy in my absence. Horrid political economy, horrid geology, and horrid German. Let's dance, Mary. His son appears to have driven over from the station. He has placed luggage with him. Mr. Earnest working before the OVW. Uncle Dick's brother. Did you tell him that Mr. Worthing was in town? Yes, miss. He seemed very much disappointed. I mentioned that you and Miss Prism were in the garden. He said he was anxious to speak to you privately for a moment. Ask Mr. Earnest what they come out with. I suppose you better go to the housekeeper. Go is through. Yes, miss. I have never met any really wicked person before. I'm already frightened. I am so afraid that he will look just like everyone else. He does.
You are my little cousin Cecily, I'm sure.
I'm not little. In fact, I'm more than usual for my age. Yes, I'm your cousin Cecily. You must be Uncle Jack's brother. Oh, we can cousin Ernest.
Oh, I'm not wicked at all, cousin Cecily. You mustn't think that I'm wicked.
If you're not, then I have been leading a tough life, pretending to be wicked and good all the time. That would be hypocrisy.
I would have been rather reckless.
I'm glad to hear it. Though, I'm usually found it very pleasant.
It is much pleasant than being here with you.
I don't understand why you are here at all. Uncle Jack wouldn't be here until Monday afternoon.
There is a great disappointment. I am obliged to go by the first train on Monday morning. I have an important business appointment that I'm anxious to miss.
Couldn't you miss it anywhere but in London?
No, the appointment is in London.
Well, I know of course how important it is with your business engagement. But still, I think you better wait until Uncle arrive. I know who wants to speak to you about your immigrating.
About my what?
You're immigrating. Uncle Jack is heading to Australia.
Australia? What's over there?
Well, want to come in then?
Ask her how papers doesn't sadly.
Why?
Because you are like these papers.
I don't think I'm the right people to talk to me like that. Miss Bridget never says such things to me.
Then this prism is a short-sighted old lady. You and the prettiest girl I've ever seen.
Forgive me. I couldn't help but notice the radiance of your intellect. It is almost as captivating as the scripture himself.
Oh dear doctor, you are too kind. Oh, but where is Cecily?
Perhaps you followed us to the school.
Mr. Worthing,
Mr. Worthing.
this is not a surprise. We did not look for until Monday afternoon.
I returned sooner than I expected. But possible. Hope you're well.
Dear Mr. Worthing, I trust this scrap of wood does not betoken some terrible calamity.
My brother.
Or Shepherds, Miss Hopkins?
Still leading his life of pleasure? Death! Your brother is dead!
What? Dead.
What a lesson for you. That's just a perfect way.
Mr. Worthing, I offer you my sincere condolence.
My poor Ernest. He has many wrongs, but it is sad. Sad blow.
Very sad indeed. Were you with him at the end?
No, we didn't go. In Paris, in fact. I got a telegram last night from the manager of the Grand Hotel.
Was the cause of death mentioned?
Possibly a chill, it seems.
As a man shows, so shall he reaps.
Charity, Miss Prism. Charity! None of us are perfect. Will the interment take place here?
No, he seems to have expressed a desire to be great in Paris.
In Paris? In Paris! I feel that hardly points to any very state mind at last. But, Mr. Worthing, you would not judge with me to make some slight of allusion to this tragic domestic affliction next Sunday. My sermon can be adapted to almost any occasion, joyful, or as in this present case, distressing. I have preached at a house for celebrations, christenings, days of realization, and festival days.
Oh, that reminds me. You should christening for Tosco. I know how christening is, alright.
That is, I regret to say, one of the rector's most constantly views Paris.
But, Mr. Worthing, is there any particular event in whom you're interested? Your brother Earnest, I believe, was unmarried, was he not?
Oh, yes.
People who live entirely for pleasure usually are.
But it is not for any child in that form. Magnus, I would like to be christened myself. This afternoon, if you have nothing better to do.
But surely, Mr. Walden, you have been Christian already.
I don't remember anything about it.
And at what hour would you wish the ceremony performed?
I'm not sure, around 5 in our city.
Oh, around what?
Around 5.
Oh, perfectly. In fact, I have two. I have two similar activity to perform at that time.
No, I don't see much fun being Christian with a lot of babies. It would be childish. What if must I do?
Admirably. Now, Mr. Worthing, I won't intrude further into your sorrow, but just remember, don't let grief overwhelm you, because fatal trials often reveal fatal trials often reveal hidden blessings.
Uncle Jack! Oh, I'm pleased to see you back. But what a horrid looks you got on. To go and change them. Cecily?
My dear child,
What's the matter, Uncle Jack? You look as if you had a toothache. But I've got a surprise for you. Put it in the dining room. Your brother!
who?
Your brother Ernest! He arrived about half an hour ago.
What nonsense! I haven't got a brother!
Oh, don't say that. Horrible. He barely behaved to you the boss. He is still your brother. I'll tell him to come out and you have to shake your hands with him. Won't you, Uncle Jack?
Well, these are very joyful tidings.
After we all had been resigned to his class, he said a little seems to be particularly distressing.
My brother's in a dining room? I don't know what it all means. I think it's perfectly absurd. Good heavens!
Brother John, I've come down to town to tell you that I'm very sorry for all the troubles that I've given to you, and I intend to live a better life in the future.
Uncle Jack, you won't shake hands with your brother?
Nothing will induce me to take his hand. His coming down here is disgraceful. He knows perfectly well why.
Uncle Jack, to be nice. There is some good in everyone. Ernest hasn't been told me about Mr. Mockery.
Oh, he has been talking about Barbara, is he?
Yes, he has told me about Mr. Mockery and his terrible state of health.
Barbary. Well, I won't have him talk to you about Barbary or about anything else. It's enough on perfectly practical.
Of course, I admit that all the faults were all on mine, but Brother John's coldness to me is peculiarly painful. I expected a more enthusiastic welcome, especially this is the first time I've come around here.
Uncle Jack, if you don't shake hands with Ernest, I would never forgive you.
Never forgive me!
Never, never, never.
Well, this is the last time I shall do it.
It's a pleasure, is it not, to see so perfect reconciliation? We might leave the two brothers together.
Cecily, you will come with us. Certainly, Miss Prison. My little task for reconciliation is over.
You've done a beautiful action today, my dear child.
We must not break the matter in our judgment. I feel very happy.
You young scoundrel, Altie! You must get out of this place as soon as possible! I don't want any problem here! Mr. Earnest suddenly comes back to town.
Yes, sir.
What a filthy liar you are, Jack. I have not been called to back at one.
Yes, you have.
I have never heard anyone call me.
Your duty as a gentleman calls you back.
My duty as a gentleman has never interfered me with my pleasure in the smallest degree.
I can quite understand that.
Well, Cecily is a darling.
You're not talking to Miss Garfield like that. I don't like it.
Well, I don't like your clothes. Why don't you go up and change? It's bubbling childish to be in a deep mourning for a man who's actually staying for the whole week in your house as a guest.
You're not staying here with me, or guest, or anything else. You've got to leave. By 453, discovering as you call it, that's a pretty great success for you.
I think it has been a great success. I'm in love with Cecily, and that is everything. But I must see you once before I go. Ah, there she is.
Oh, I have barely come back to all the roses. I thought you with Uncle Jack.
He's gone to open the door call for me. He's going to send me away.
Then, have you got to park?
I'm afraid so. It is a very painful parting.
It is always painful to part from people one has felt very brief moment. Even a momentary separation is almost unbearable.
Thank you.
To the one is endorsed.
It can wait, Mary, for 5 minutes.
Yes, miss.
I hope, Cecily, I shall not offend if I state quite frankly and openly that you seem to me, in every way of visible personification of absolute perfection.
I think your practice does the great writing, Ernest. If you allow me, I will copy your remarks into my diary. Don't cough, Ernest. When one is dictating, one should be fluent and not cough. Besides, I don't know how to spell cough.
Cecily, ever since I looked upon your wonderful and incomparable beauty, I have dared to love you. Quietly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly.
I don't think you can say that you love me wildly, passionately, devotedly, hopelessly. Hopelessly doesn't seem to be make any sense, does it?
Cecily,
The one is waiting, sir.
tell it to come to me in the front next week at the same hour.
Yes, sir.
I think Uncle Jack would be mad if he knew that we will stay here until next week. At the same hour.
Oh, I don't care about Jack. I don't care about anybody in this whole world but you. I'm in love with you, Cecily. You will marry me, don't you?
You silly boy. Of course. But most of love, every darling, it has always been a girlish in our mind to love someone whose name was Ernest. There is something in that name that inspires absolute confidence.
But, my dear child, you couldn't say you couldn't love me if I had some other name.
But what name?
Any name you like. Algernon, for instance.
But I don't like the name Algernon.
But, my own dear sweet loving little child, I really can't see why you should object the name of Earnest. Algernon. I don't think it is a bad name at all. In fact, it's rather than an aristocratic name. But seriously, Cecily, if my name was Algie, couldn't you love me?
I might respect your Ernest. I might admire your character. But I don't think I can give you my full attention.
Cecily, your rector is here, I suppose, to hopefully experiences in all of the ceremonials of the church.
Oh yes, the chasuble is most man. He never read a single book, so you can imagine how much he knows.
I must see him once on the most important christening. I mean, on the most important business.
I think it's quite a hurry to leave me. Could you make it quicker?
I shall be away for half an hour, absolutely.
Oh, I like his hair so much. I must add this proposal into my diary.
Miss Fairfax has just called to see Mr. Walting on very important business, Miss Fairfax says.
Isn't Mr. Wilde in his library?
Mr. Walting just went over the directory some time ago.
We're also waiting about him. Mr. Wilde is sure to be back soon and you can see.
Yes, miss.
Miss Fairfax? Oh, I suppose she is one of the good elderly women who associate with Uncle Jack in his philanthropic work in London. Really, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cecily Cardew. Cecily Cardew! What a very sweet name. Something tells me that we are going to be good friends. I like you already more than I can say. My first impressions of people are never wrong. And surely it's how nice of you to like me after every moment. Praise it down. You are here on a short visit, I suppose. Oh, no. I live here. Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years besides yourself? No. I have no mother, no any relation. Indeed. My guardian, with the assistance of his prison, has a difficult task of looking after me. Your guardian? Yes. I missed the Wording's work. Oh! It's strange you never mentioned having a war. How secretive. He grows more interesting, Ali. Cecily, I'm quite you. I have liked your man. But now that I were the soap of his word, I cannot help but wish you were a little bit older and a little bit free. In fact, if I may be frank, I do. Where one has a pleasant thing to say, one has to be quite candid. Well, to speak with perfect honesty, Cecily, I wish you were fully 42 and more than usually planned for your age. As has a strong upright nature, disloyalty will be as impossible to a misdeception. But even the noblest men are swayed by physical tempers of others. I beg your pardon, Gwendolen. Did you say Ernest? Yes. Oh, it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother. Ernest never mentioned to me that he had brother. I'm sorry, they've not been acquaintances for a long time. That accounts for it. Cecily, you have lifted a lot from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. Of course, you are quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing. It's your guardian. Quiet, sure. In fact, I'm going to be his. I beg your pardon? Dearest Gladys, there's no reason why I should make a secret to you. Mr. Worthing and I are engaged to be married. My darling Cecily, I thought there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me. Well, I knew there must be some misconception. Ernest has just been proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago. My goodness! If the poor fellow has been entrapped into a foolish promise, I shall consider it was my duty to rescue him. Do you suggest that I interrupt Ernest in the engagement? How dare you?
Shall I let you so, miss?
Yes, as usual. May it all be some you for bread and butter? You have given me cake! I am not your gentleness of my disposition, Miss Cardew. But I warn you, you may go too far. You say now we're enough to trust you for from the imagination of any other girl. There are knowing that I would not go.
My own darling.
My own Ernest! A moment. May I ask if you're engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear Cecily? Of course not. What would have such an ungood young little hat?
Thank you. You may. I think there was some misunderstood, Mr. Fax. The gentleman whose arm around your waist is my guardian, Mr. Jaworthy. This is Uncle Jack. Jack! Oh! And here is Ernest.
My own one.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To what young lady? Good heavens, Gwendolyn!
Yes, to the heavens, Gwendolyn. I mean, to Gwendolyn.
Of course, my darling. But what such an idea in your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may. I felt there must be some slight error, Miss Cardew. The gentleman who is now impressing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief. Algernon Moncrief? I told Algernon.
I couldn't help it.
Is your name really John?
I could deny if I like, but my name was certainly John. It has been John for years.
Of course, the senior has been practiced on both of us. My poor Uncle Cecily. My sweet home, Gwendolyn. But there's just one person that I want to be allowed to as my guardian. Right. Mr. Wapping, there's just one question I would like to be permitted to you. Where is your brother Earnest? We are both engaged to be married to your brother Earnest.
Well, Gwendolyn, Cecily, it is very painful for me to be forced to speak the truth. However, I will tell you quite frankly that I have no brother Ernest. I have no brother at all. I never had a brother in my life, and I have not the smallest intention of having one in the future.
Brother at all?
None.
Have you never a brother of any kind?
Never. Not even of any kind.
I'm afraid it is quite clear, Cecily, that none of us is engaged to be married to anyone. It is not a very pleasant position for a young girl to part with something, is it? Let's go into the house. They will hardly venture to go to us there.
Your brother is a little off color, isn't he, dear Jack? You can't possibly just be to London so frankly as our wicked cousin was. Not bad together.
As for your conduct to Miss Carden, I'd say that you're taking the sweet, simple, innocent line that is quite inexcusable. And I know the fact that she is my ward.
I really can't see no possible defense, Jax, for you deceiving a brilliant, clever, truly experienced young lady like Miss Fairfax. Say nothing of the fact that she is my cousin.
I guess you married with Gwendolyn. That's all. I love her.
Well, I simply wanted to be engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
There is certainly no chance of you marrying Miss Carden.
There is no much likelihood, Jack, for you marrying with Miss Fairfax.
Well, that's not business of yours.
Well, if it was my business of mine, I wouldn't talk about it.
Auntie, I wish to finish you with her.
You can't possibly ask me to go. I have made an arrangement with Dr. Chasuble to be christened at 5:45 under the name of Earnest.
My dear auntie, the sooner you give up your nonsense, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Dr. Chasuble to be christened myself this afternoon. And I actually will take the name of Ernest, Gwendolyn wish it, and both christened Ernest. It's absurd, and I have a perfect right to christen myself in my life. There's no evidence that I have ever been christened, but you have been christened already.
Yes, but I have not been christened in years.
Yes, but you have been christened already. That is the important thing.
Quite so. So I know that my constitution can stand for it. You can hardly forget that someone who's related with you was carried out this week in Paris by a celebrity.
Yes, but Saint Michel is not an exaggerate.
8 years into I know. but I dare say this now. Science is always making a wonderful improvement in things.
Nonsense. 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 You're always talking about nonsense, Algernon. Auntie, I already told you to go. I don't want you here. Why don't you go?
The fact that they didn't follow us at once into the house seems to me to show that they have some sense of shame left. They're approaching. That's very bold. Let us preserve a dignified silence, and we will not be the first to speak. Certainly not. Mr. Wapping, I have something very particular to ask to you. Much depends on your reply.
Mr. Moncrief, kindly answer me the following question. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
In order that I might have an opportunity of meeting you.
Mr. Wapping, what explanation can you offer to me for pretending to have a brother? Was it to have an opportunity for coming up to town to see me as often as possible?
Okay, you got it. It's Fairfax.
I have the girls' doubts on the subject, but I intend to crush them. Then, think we should forgive them?
Yes. I mean, no.
True. Their principle is think that one cannot surrender. Wish if I should tell them the task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak at the same time?
An excellent idea. Will you take the time from me?
Certainly.
You're a Christian outside the barrier. That's all.
Our Christian name is
Is
not
that
so.
all? But we are going to be Christian this afternoon.
For my sake, you are prepared to do this horrible thing.
I am.
To please me, are you ready to place this paper on to you?
I am.
How absurd to talk about the equality of sexes where questions of self-sacrifice are concerned. Men are very much beyond us.
We are.
They have moments of physical courage of which we women know absolutely nothing.
Darling,
Darling.
Lady Grantham.
Good heavens.
Gwendolyn, what does this mean? Merely that I am engaged to be married to Mr. Reverend, Mama. Come here, sit down. Sit down. You must clearly understand
instruction that all communication between yourself and my daughter must cease immediately from this moment.
But I'm engaged to be married with Gwendolyn, Gregor.
You are nothing of the kind, sir. And now, as regards Algernon. Algernon!
Yes, Aunt Augusta.
May I ask if in this house that your infant friend Mr. Bunbury resides?
Huh. No. Bunbury doesn't live here. In fact, I just built Bunbury this house, you know. Bunbury has just done this house, you know. His doctor said so.
Oh, interested instructors. But now that we are done with this Mr. Bunbury, Mr. Worthing, who is that young person Algernon holding on to so unnecessarily?
Oh. That lady is Mrs. O'Connor, my watch.
I'm engaged to Cecily, Aunt Augusta.
I beg your pardon!
Mr. Morgan and I get to be married, Lady Franco.
Mr. Worthing, is Miss Carter associated with any major in railway station?
Well, Mrs. O'Connor is the granddaughter of late Thomas Cardew of 149 Cambridge Square, East Dublin. The bus park, jockey, Surrey, and explorer, Fireside and Big.
That's not unsatisfactory. Pretty dresses always inspire confidence. Miss Carter seems to be the most attractive young lady now that I look at her. Come over here, dear. Oh, pretty child. Your dress is sadly simple. And your hair, as simple as nature might have left it. But we can turn alter all that.
After 6 months, everybody knew her.
Thank you, Lady Franco.
You can address me as Honor Gustavo in the future. Anyways, talking about the marriage, Ian, I think it's very quiet these days.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
Thank you, Aunt Augusta.
You're welcome.
I beg your pardon for interrupting you with Gregor, but this engagement is quite out of the questions. I am Miss Carly's guardian, and she cannot marry without my consent until she becomes a bitch. And I refuse to give that consent.
But what ground, may I ask? Alden is an extremely, I would say, most eligible young lady. He has nothing but, look at him, he looks everything. What more can one desire?
Still, I refuse to give that consent. It has only happened that you consent to my marriage with Gwendolyn, will I gladly allow you never to make my word.
That's not the destiny of Gwendolyn, Miss Worthing. Alden, of course, he can choose for himself.
So the passionate celibacy is all that any of us can look forward to.
Come over here, dear. Maybe we almost missed 5, if not 6 trips.
And everybody's what ready for the christenings?
The christening? Sir, is not that somewhat premature?
But both these gentlemen have expressed a desire to immediate baptism.
At their age, the idea is irreligious. Algernon, I forbid you to get baptized. I cannot hear of any excuses.
Mr. Worthing, am I to understand that there will be no christening at all, sir?
I don't see that as a thing, sir. It would be of much practical value to either of us, if possible.
I am grieved to be such sentiment from you, Mr. Worthing. However, as your present mood seems to be one peculiarly sanguine, I will have returned to the church. I have just been mentioned that Miss Prism has been waiting for me in the vestry.
Miss Prism? Excuse me, did I hear you mention a Miss Prism?
I was expecting you to be in this classroom this afternoon, dear Canon. I've been waiting there for you for an hour at the course.
Prism! Come here, Prism! Oh my God, Prism! Where's that baby?
Lady Bracknell, I am never ashamed that I do not know. I am the least I did. I
very important to me, and I insist on knowing where did you deposit them back?
On a club room of one of the larger railway stations in London.
What railway station?
Victoria! To Britain Line.
Oh, I must get tied to my room for a moment. Lady Grendel, what do you think this means?
I dare not even suspect it, Jasper.
Uncle Chester, strangely, you think?
Let us see.
It has come now.
I wish we would come at some conclusion.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it will last.
Miss Bishop, is this handbag? Examine it carefully before you speak.
Oh, it seems to be mine. And here in the log are my initials. I have forgotten that I had them last there. This bag is surely mine, and I'm delighted to have it so suddenly restored to me.
Miss Bishop, tomorrow is restored to you that is handbag. I want to marry you related it.
You?
Yes, but
I'm still wanting. I am not married.
I had to shoot a president, but would anyone kindly inform me who I am?
I'm afraid that the news I have to give you at this moment will not altogether please you. You are the son of my poor sister, Mrs. Moncrief, and consequently, Algernon and elder brother.
Huh? What?
What?
Artist elder brother? Then I have a brother after all. I knew I had a brother. I always said I had a brother. Cecily, how could you ever know me when I said I had a brother? Oh, you young scoundrel. You have to treat me with more respect in the future. Don't ever be having to be like a brother in all your life.
Well, not since it's your boy and me. Don't understand practice.
My own. What? What are you? What is your Christian name? Not even to become someone else.
It happens. I quite forgot that point. On the Christian, a moment. When is Christian left me in the handbag? Can I be Christian already?
I can't at the present moment recall what the general Christian name was, but I have no doubt you one.
Yes. But what was that? What's that?
Be the eldest and was surely christened, but I cannot at the present moment remember the general Christian name was. I have no doubt his name would appear in any military directory.
Oh, he appeared in some last period. Not my question.
I don't know.
Oh, in almost of the last periods. Are here. Just the name they have. More really sweet ones. But wait! Lieutenant 1840, Captain, Lieutenant, Colonel, General 1869. First names, Ernest John. I was told you could live. My name is Ernest. I mean, it naturally is Ernest.
Yes, now I remember that the general Christian name was called Earnest. I knew I have a particular reason for disliking that name.
My own Ernest. I felt from the first that you could have no other name.
It's such a terrible thing for a man to find out suddenly that all he has left, he has been speaking nothing but the truth. Can you forgive me?
Yes, probably I sure the change.
My own boy.
Aww.
Leticia!
Frederick, at last.
Cecily, at last!
When? On the contrary, I've now realized for the first time in my life the vital importance of being earnest.
Ladies and gentlemen, the directors, actors, and production crew of the importance of being earnest. Again, the directors, actors, and production crew of the importance of being earnest.
The director